Well, good morning. We are on beautiful Kuta Beach, and we finally have a nice sunny day today. That's good. I like these sunny days. You know, today we're going to talk about no risk, no reward. That's right. When it comes to my investing portfolio that allows me to travel the way that I do, this way around the world as a minimalist, well, those dividends, most of my stocks, they're actually pretty conservative. They're pretty chill, but there's some that pay me a lot that are riskier. And that's what I'm gonna talk about today. I have some stocks that are riskier. And I am definitely not telling you to invest in any of these stocks. I'm not a financial advisor. All I'm doing is showing how I invest my money so I can travel the world the way that I do, full time. And yes, some of my stocks are risky, but they pay a lot. And we're gonna talk about those stocks today in this video. We're also gonna go out and watch some music tonight. Absolutely, we're gonna take a look at the nightlife here in the Kuta Beach area. It's the weekend, and we're also gonna get ourselves a great bite to eat, you better believe it. I am looking forward to today to talking about the riskier stocks in my portfolio. No risk, no reward, let's go. Traveling the world as a minimalist with one backpack, that is what we do here. Subscribe and come along with Retire and Go. Every time interest rates go up and down, they will affect the real estate market because people have to pay those interest rates, whether they are a commercial property or a personal property. And that means that the stocks that I have that are involved with real estate, they can be risky. They can go up and down, but they pay good. Probably two of my riskiest stocks because of that reason are in the form of what's called REITs. REITs are real estate investment portfolios, and they do pay well. I'm gonna show you the two REITs that I maintain. ABR, and then also Realty Income. Aberdeen and Realty Income, oh yeah, they're risky. They go up and down. People lose faith in them and they sell out as soon as possible. But I'll tell you what, they pay. They pay really well. I hold on to these two REITs because they're well managed and because they have good properties inside of them. One of the things I look for are the properties that they have. Are they fully rented out or close to fully rented out? That way they've got income coming in. So yes, REITs, that is a risky way that I invest. But you know what? It pays off. I want to have exposure to real estate. Many of you ask how you can invest in real estate when you travel the way that you do. And this is the answer, through REITs. Because of REITs, I'm able to get exposure to a lot of real estate and I get a good return. But yes, every time interest rates go up and down, you see volatility and it can be risky. Let's stop and get ourselves some coconut water and a little bit of that young coconut. I love it. This is about 40,000 rupiah, and that's about $2.50. Oh man, look at that. That looks great. Oh man. I like to dig out that young coconut, just take my time. It's very healthy and it's delicious. If you want a bigger return, higher dividends, a lot of times you have to accept some risk. That's why I invest in some income strategy funds. Basically what these are funds that put together various programs, businesses, bonds, companies, real estate, and they make income. However, they're a little bit risky. But that's how you can get the big returns from them. HNDL is a strategy fund that I invest in. It pays a big 7% return, man. That's high. That's double what some of the treasury bills pay. But in return, you get volatility. HNDL has a bunch of properties and businesses and bonds inside of it as they try to make enough money to pay you that big 7% return. That looks sweet, but it's volatile. But yes, I do invest in HNDL and some other ones as well. Let's talk about them. Another fund that I invest in, that's risky, but it pays. In fact, it pays a big 8% return. Whoa. It's called JEPI. And I'll put it up here so you can take a look at it. First of all, JEPI invests in some big companies in big directions to get good return. I'll put what those are up here for you to see. But JEPI also does something else that's unique. They place covered calls on these plays so that they are kind of covered against market volatility. That can be a great way to make money. But at the same time, it comes with risk. And when the market is going through a downturn, sometimes it can pay off. What happens when the market turns around and it starts to roar? Sometimes those covered calls, they can be risky. You know, I don't play any kind of options. I don't do puts. I don't make calls, okay? I don't short stocks. But I don't mind investing in a fund where people who know a lot more than I do those things in the market. And that's what JEPI gives me exposure to. It gives me exposure to a fund that's managed by people who know how to play these options. And they make good money. And they pay that money to me. But there's risk. There's volatility. But JEPI is another fund that I invest in that gives me big returns with risk. I'm showing you these back alley locations. I love these little local stands like this. You can walk right by something like this and think, I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to tell you, you're missing out on absolutely delicious meals for an amazing price. Let's stop in, let's order some meat, and let's have ourselves a bite to eat for lunch. Absolutely. Thank you. This was a combination of a few different kinds of meat, as well as it came with rice, and this is 45,000 rupiah. Now you can walk right by a place like this and miss some of the most flavorful meals. Don't risk it. Stop in and just try some of this fantastic food. This is just a little local family-owned operation, and I love these. You know, traveling the way that I do, I don't make a lot of money off my investments, and most of my investments are very safe. But I throw in some riskier investments, and they do pay over time. Another risky investment that pays big time is the Aberdeen Global Income Fund. Man, I will tell you what, that big old 13% return, what are we talking about? But it comes with risk. It's highly volatile. What they do is look around the world and try to find investments in markets that are growing, that are going to give a big return. And of course, there's going to be some instability. Heck, there's instability right inside the US where I invest. When I'm investing globally, I have to expect that as well. That's why I say there's risk and there's reward for that risk. I want that big 13% payment, and I'm willing to accept some volatility in the price of the shares to get it. Yeah. Most of all, my stocks are not this risky. In fact, I purposefully choose boring stocks that pay me well. If I'm getting a 6% return on my dividend stocks, I feel just fine. But I don't mind playing a little risk. And this is one stock that I that I play with. Big old 13% return, but risk involved as well. It's the weekend night and I'm taking you out. Let's go listen to a little bit of music, just check out Kuta Beach area. This is a very touristy area. It's very different than when I spend time up in Ubud, which is very relaxed. This is not relaxed. Let's take a look. I want to thank you for spending some time with me today. Are you interested in this lifestyle that I live? Traveling the world as a minimalist with one backpack? If you are, like and subscribe the video and come with. You can support the channel by picking up a copy of my new book, The Traveler and the Bard. The link is in the description. All right, we've got a lot more of beautiful Bali to see. We're in Southeast Asia all year. Let's enjoy ourselves. We'll talk again soon. Aloha. I was enjoying a nice relaxing walk down one of the back alleys here in Kuta Beach, and suddenly he saw me. The ninja attack cat of Kuta. Look at him crouching down. He was flanking me, waiting for me to walk by. Luckily I spotted this ninja attack cat before he could strike. Oh, he's on the move. Watch out. Oh, he's gonna sneak across. Yeah, he's using his stealth techniques.
She wants to give me a manicure. Your hands look okay, right? My hands look beat up. She says I need a manicure. These are working man hands. Working man.
Work the hand, work the hand.
I ain't getting no manicure. I'm a working man.